K0TR. Please stand by while I set up the repeater for net mode.
PL off.
The Denver Radio Club net will begin at 8:30. This is K0TR. QSD from the Denver Radio Club. Welcome to the Denver Radio Club net, being held on repeater at W0TX. This is a meeting held on air every Sunday evening at about 8:30 p.m. Good evening. My name is Jim. My call sign is Kilo Zero, Tango Oscar Romeo. I'll be your net control station transmitting from Littleton, Colorado. If there's any emergency or priority traffic during this net, say break at any pause, and the net will be suspended until the emergency or priority traffic is completed. This net is for Denver Radio Club members and all interested radio amateurs. We're here to share information concerning any ham-related activities. Regular meetings of the Denver Radio Club are held on the third Wednesday of every month at 7 p.m. And yet, with the COVID-19 restrictions, we have virtual meetings, and we meet with Google Meets. And if you'd like to join our net, you can check out the address for Google Meets on our website on W0TX.org. Or if you're on our mail list, get an email that actually has the address for the Google Meets on that as well. And our next meeting is going to be on October the 20th, which is this coming Wednesday. An Elmer session is held at 6 p.m. just prior to our monthly meeting. This session addresses any amateur radio questions that you might have. So whether you're new in amateur radio or interested in some new application of amateur radio, this is a session where you can get help. Also, every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m., except the third Wednesday when our monthly meeting is held, there's a learning net held on 145.490 megahertz and 448.625 megahertz. This is another area where you can find answers for your amateur radio-related questions. As a general interest club, we provide emergency communication for the Salvation Army, City of Wheat Ridge Police Department, City of Lakewood Police Department, West Metro Fire District, and St. Anthony's West Hospital. We're always looking for members who would like to participate in this support. Please contact our club president if you'd like to help. Our current president is Jerry Vilhauer, W0GV. Jerry's telephone number is 303-467-0223. The Denver Radio Club website address is W0TX.org. Again, Jerry's telephone number is 467-0223. The Denver Radio Club also participates in the ARRL Volunteer Examiner Program. But again, with the COVID-19 restrictions, we don't have as frequent a testing as we have in the past, but we still do have testing, and we list the test times on our website on W0TX.org, and we also pass those on here on this web, or this net, I should say. Also, there are other radio clubs in the Denver area that are holding test sessions as well, and many of those are passed on at the cooperation of local hams. So stay tuned here to this net, and we'll try to see if we can identify to you what test dates might be coming up and what locations they might be. If you have other questions regarding VE testing, you can contact our VE team lead, Tom Kashowski. His call is KC2CAG, and Tom's number is 720-284-1911. This is the Denver Radio Club Net, W0TX, and this is K0TR serving as net control. Are there any special announcements or bulletins for the net this evening? If so, please call now. Before regular check-ins, I'd like to welcome and invite any visiting radio amateurs to check into the Denver Radio Club Net this evening. During this net, we disable the requirement for the 100 Hz PO repeater access tone, so you can use either 145.490 megahertz with a minus 600 kilohertz offset, or 448.625 megahertz with a minus 5 megahertz offset. Are there any visiting radio amateurs who would like to check into the Denver Radio Club Net tonight? If so, please call now. Next, I'd like to welcome and invite any newly licensed or recently upgraded radio amateurs to check in. Please call now. I will now take regular check-ins in groups, and please let me know if you have traffic when you check in, and I'll get back to you. First, radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters A through E, Alpha through Echo. Please call now.
110, Delta Papa, call on
N0 ETV, Lance, Aurora, no traffic.
Kilo Sierra 0 Echo KS 0E Alex in Denver.
KA5 DKS Ken in Arvada.
Whiskey Bravo 0 Alpha Kilo Victor WB0 AKV Rich in Westminster.
KS.
Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. K0DPR Paul, N0ETV Lance, KS0E Alex, KA5DKS Ken, and WB0AKV Rich. Make a second call for radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters A through E, Alpha through Echo. Please call now.
Whiskey 0 Bravo Kilo Sierra, Barb in Wheat Ridge.
Kilo Charlie 0 Charlie Zulu, Bob and Thornton.
And Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. W0BKS Barb and KC0CZ Bob. We'll move on down the alphabet. Radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters F through J, Foxtrot through Juliet. Please call now.
W.
Alpha 0 Juliet Kilo. AA0 JK Fred in Arvada. Good evening, no traffic.
Kilo 6 Hotel Juliet Victor, K6H JV Tom Arvada, no traffic.
And 0
Jerry Westminster with no traffic.
And Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. AA0JK Fred, K6HJV Tom. I had a double, I think both of them. First one's N0GWM Leon and W0GV Jerry. Make second call for radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters F through J, Foxtrot through Juliet. Please call now.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Foxtrot Papa India. Ron in Lakewood, no traffic.
And Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-in. KF0FPI, Ron. We'll move on down the alphabet, and radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters K through O, Kilo through Oscar. Please call now.
Whiskey 0 Lima Foxtrot, Orland and Golden, and no traffic, over. Kilo 0 Lima Alpha India, K0 LEI, Larry in Lakewood.
Whiskey 0 Mike Delta Kilo, Matt in Denver.
WG0N, Dave in Lakewood.
D0 NRO Reed in Arvada.
Kilo 0, Kilo Uniform, Frank and Thornton.
And at control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. WW0LF Orland, KA0LAI Larry, W0MDK Matt, WG0N Dave, KD0NRO Reed, and K0KKU Frank. Make a second call for radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin with the letters K through O, Kilo through Oscar. Please call now. Moving down the alphabet, radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters P through T, Papa through Tango. Please call now.
Whiskey Bravo 2, Sierra Hotel, Romeo. Stand in Denver, no traffic.
Kilo Echo 0, Romeo Victor Zulu, John in Lakewood, no traffic.
November 0, Tango Romeo Papa, Jim in Lakewood. Good evening.
Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. WB2SHR Stan, KE0RVZ John, and N0TRP Jim. Make a second call for radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters P through T, Papa through Tango. Please call now. Moving down the alphabet, radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters U through Z, uniform through Zulu. Please call now.
KF0UV, Marshall and Glendale.
AEC0BC, Bill and Elizabeth.
November 1, Zulu Tango Tango, Dan in Denver, no traffic.
November 6, Whiskey Hotel Victor, Dick in Arvada.
Kilo 0, Yankee Echo Sierra, Ken in Broomfield. Kilo Alpha 0, Victor Bravo Alpha, Curtis in Lakewood, clear.
Alpha Echo 0, Yankee Romeo Ed in Arvada, no traffic.
Kilo Echo 0, Yankee Kilo Victor, Bill in Lakewood.
November 0, X-Ray, Romeo X-Ray, Mark in Arvada, no traffic.
Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. KF0UV Marshall, AC0VC Bill, N1ZTT Dan, N6WHV Dick, K0YES Ken, KA0VBA Curtis, AE0YRE Ralph, KE0YKV Bill, and N0XRX Mark. Make second call for radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters U through Z, uniform through Zulu. Please call now.
Check in again. I think you might have got my call sign wrong. Alpha Echo 0, Yankee Romeo Ed in Arvada.
W0TX repeater.
And at control, I'd like to acknowledge a correction. I'm sorry about that, Ed. AE0YR, Ed. And let me open the entire alphabet. Radio Amateuse's call suffixes begin letters A through Z, Alpha through Zulu. Please call out.
Kilo Echo 0, Oscar Sierra India, Tom Highlands Ranch, no traffic.
November 0, Golf Tango Golf, Kurt in Denver, no traffic.
And at control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. KE0, OSI Tom, and N0, GTG Kurt. Be a chance for late check-ins a little later in the net. And at this time, I'd like to turn the net over to our club president, Jerry Billhauer, W0GB. Go ahead, Jerry, the net is yours.
All right, Jim, well, thanks for doing the net. Welcome, everybody. We got a good turnout tonight. That's always good to see. We appreciate the support of the Denver Radio Club. I don't really have anything I can think of noteworthy to pass on tonight. It's been quiet, which is good sometimes. And hope everybody's doing well, staying well, and maybe next week we'll have something newsworthy to tell you. But tonight, I guess not. Again, thanks for checking in, and back to you, Jim, W0GV.
W0GB, this is K02R. Thanks, Jerry. Appreciate that. And I don't see anyone that indicated they had traffic when I checked in. This is the Denver Radio Club Net, W0TX, and this is K02R Net Control Station. Does anyone have any other comments, information, or business for the net? If so, please call now. All right, are there any late check-ins? Please call now. All right, I'll review next weekend's contest and upcoming Hamfest. And we have another Hamfest that's been added to our list, and that's going to be the Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club's Hamfest in Loveland, and that one is scheduled to be held on January the 15th. So I'll try and get some more information regarding that one from next week's net. And also we have the Aurora Repeater Association's Hamfest. That's going to be on February the 20th of next year, and that'll be at the Adams County Fairgrounds. If you need more information in regards to that, the website is n0ara.org. And let's see what we have for contests for coming up this next weekend. First one we have on the list is the ARRL Earth Moon Earth Contest. That begins on October the 23rd at 0 hour Zulu and goes through October 24th until 23:59 hours Zulu. That's 2.3 gigahertz and up, and that's CW phone and digital contest. Next we have the UK/EI DX contest. Begins on October 23rd at 1200 hours Zulu, goes through October 24th until 1200 hours Zulu. That's on 80 through 10 meters. That is a phone contest. And next we have the S.t.e.m Top Band Challenge. It begins on October 23rd at 1500 hours Zulu, goes through October 24th until 1500 hours Zulu. That's on 160 meters, and that's a CW contest. Next we have the North American Single Sideband Sprint Contest. It begins on October 24th at 0 hours Zulu, goes through October 24th until 0400 hours Zulu. That's on 80 through 20 meters. That's a phone contest. And next we have a Classic Exchange. Begins on October 24th at 1400 hours Zulu, goes through October 27th until 0800 hours Zulu. That's on 160 through 2 meters. That is a CW contest. And lastly, we have the Telephone Pioneers QSO Party. It begins on October 24th at 1800 hours Zulu, goes through October 26th until 0300 hours Zulu. That's on 160 through 70 centimeters. That's a CW phone and digital contest. Couple reminders, the High Noon Net, they meet daily at 12 noon with early check-ins beginning at 11:30. They meet on a frequency of 7.240 megahertz, which is on the 40-meter band. And the Salvation Army Saturnet, they meet at 1500 hours Zulu, that's 9 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. They meet Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on a frequency of 14.325 megahertz, which is on the 20-meter band. The Denver Radio Club maintains the phone repeaters for use by all radio amateurs. 147.330 megahertz with a positive offset, the 145.490 megahertz with a negative offset, the 224.380 megahertz with a negative offset, the 449.350 megahertz with a negative offset, the 448.625 megahertz with a negative offset, the 447.825 megahertz with a negative offset. Our digital turbo repeater operating on Brandmeister on 446.7875 megahertz with a negative offset, and our C4 FM digital repeater on 449.775 megahertz with a negative offset. The 447.825 megahertz repeater is configured for narrowband FM, and that requires a digital coded squelch of 073. There are two repeaters on 147.330 megahertz. Repeater in Lakewood requires a 100 hertz PL tone, and a second repeater located east near Franktown requires a 131.8 hertz PL tone. We have a second repeater on the same frequency out east to improve coverage along the Front Range and into the canyons. However, having two repeaters on the same frequency with two repeaters with different frequency propagations, we ask that you monitor the frequency to assure neither is in use prior to making your call. The 449.350 megahertz repeater provides wide area coverage, and this repeater hosts our Echolink station, W0TX, node number 4140. And the 448.625 megahertz repeater is linked with the 145.490 megahertz repeater. Each repeater requires a 100 hertz PL tone for activation, except as noted, and each uses standard offsets. And we have an AX25 packet node on on repeater 145.050 megahertz. And we have a 6-meter repeater on 53.09 megahertz with an input on 52.09 megahertz with a required 107.2 hertz PL tone. Your support of the Denver Radio Club is greatly appreciated. If you would like to participate in any of the many club activities, please contact our club president, Jerry Bill Howard, W0GV. I'd like to thank everyone for checking into the Denver Radio Club Net tonight. Your support is greatly appreciated. I hope you all have a great week. 73. And tonight we had a total of 33 check-ins, and the Denver Radio Club W0TX Net is now closed at 9 o'clock. And the controls and repeaters available for regular use. This is K0TR, your net control station, and please stand by a moment while I return the PL tone to the repeater.
PL on.
K0TOR, KA0BBA.
And I'll be clear. Good night, all.
K0TOR, KA0VBA.
K0VBA, yes, Curtis, go ahead. This is K02R.
I didn't expect the Telephone Pioneers contest to be moved from December to October, so I missed the schedule. Can you give it to me again, please?
Sure can. Here, just a moment. Let's see. That one's going to begin on October 24th at 1800 hours Zulu, and that goes until October 26th until 0300 hours Zulu, and that's on 160 through 70 centimeters in the CW phone and digital contest. To catch that?
I think so. That spans over to Monday. Thank you very much, KA0VBA.
K0VBA, certainly welcome, Curtis. This is K0TR, and I'll be clear.